Midway throughout the journey of our life, I found myself within a forest arc, where the straightforward pathway had been lost. Oh, me! What it is a thing to say. What was this forest savage so rough and stern? Why the very thought of it renews the fear. So bitter is it, but death is little more. But of the good to treat of which there I found, speak of the other things of which I saw there. I can't well repeat how there I entered. So full was I of slumber at the moment in which I abandoned the true way. But after I had reached the mountain's foot, at that point where the valley was terminated, which had with consternation pierced my heart, upwards I looked, and I beheld its shoulders. Vested already with that planet's rays, which leadeth others right by every road. Then was the fear a little quieted, which had my heart's lake endured throughout the night, which I had passed so piteously. And even as he, who with distressful thought, forth issued from the sea upon the shore, turns to the water, perilous, and gazes. So did my soul, fleeing onward, turn itself back to re-behold the past, which never yet a living person left. After my weary body I had rested, the way resumed I on the desert slope, so that the firm foot ever was the lower. And lo, almost where the ascent began, a panther light and swift exceedingly, at first in motion for those beauteous things, so wore to me occasion of good hope, the variegated skin of that wild beast, the hour of time and the delicious season, but not so much that did not give me fear. A lined aspect which appeared to me, he seemed as if against me he were coming, with head uplifted and with ravenous hunger, so that it seemed the air was afraid of him. And she-wolf, with all her hungerings, seemed to be laden with all her meagerness. And many a folk has lived to be forlorn. she brought upon so much heaviness. With the affright that from her aspect came, that I, the hope that relinquished the height, and as he who is willingly acquires, and the time comes that causes him to lose, and who weeps in all his thoughts and is despondent. Even such made me that beams without in peace, which, coming on against me by degrees, thrust upon me thither from the sun is silent. While going downward to the lowlands, before mine eyes did one present himself, who seemed from long continued silence hoarse. Have pity on me, whatever thou art, shade or man.
Not man. Man once I was, and both my parents were of Lombardy, and Mantuans by country, both of them. Sub Julio was I born, though it was late, and lived at Rome under the good Augustus, during the time of false and lying gods. A poet was I, and I sang that just, son of Anchises, who came forth from Troy, after that Ilion, the superb, was burned. But thou, why goest thou back to such annoyance? Why climbst thou not to the mount delectable, which is the source or cause of every joy?
Now, art thou that Virgilius, that fountain, that so wide abroad a river of speech?
Oh, of the other poets, honor and light. Avail me the long studying great love that hath impelled me to explore thy volume. Thou art my master, thy author as well. Thou art alone the one from whom I took the beautiful style that has done honor to me. Behold, the beast for which I have turned back.
Do thou protect me from her, famous sage, for she doth make my veins and pulses tremble.
Thee behoves to take another road, if from this savage place thou wouldst escape. Because this beast, for which thou criest out, suffers not anyone pass her way, but doth harass him, that she destroys him. And has a nature so malign and ruthless, that never doth she glut her greedy will, and after food is hungrier than before. Many the animals with whom she weds, and more they shall be still, until the greyhound comes, who shall make her perish in her pain. He shall not feed on either earth or pelf, but on wisdom, love, and virtue. Twixt Feltro and Feltro shall his nation be. Of that low Italy he shall be the savior, on whose account the maid Camilla died. Euryalus, Nisus, Turnus, of their wounds. Through every city he shall hunt her down, until he shall have finally driven her back down to hell, from whence first envy did let her loose. Therefore I think and judge it for thy best. Thou follow me, and I will be thy guide, and lead thee hence through the eternal place, where thou shalt hear the desperate lamentations, shalt see the ancient spirits' desolation, who cry out each one for the second death. And thou shalt see those who contended are within the fire, because they hope to come, whenever it may be, the blessed people. To whom, then, if thou wish to ascend, a soul shall be, for that then I am more worthy. With her at my departure, I will leave thee, because the emperor who reigns above, in that I was rebellious to his law, wills that through me none come into his city. He governs everywhere, and there he reigns. There, in his city, and his lofty throne, oh, happy he is, to whom thereto he elects.
Poet, I thee entreat, by that same God whom thou didst never know, so that I may escape this woe and worse, thou wouldest conduct me where thou hast said, so that I may see the portal of St. Peter and those that thou makest disconsolate. Then he moved on. And I behind him followed.